all of this, and that's why I think people are listening here is seeking that wise counsel, right? And that's something that don't go through this stuff alone. You've got prayer and your God and Jesus and that, and but you also got your community, right? Your Christian community, your brothers and sisters in Christ. Don't try to go it alone. And it
Mhm.
even talks about that in Proverbs. Again, Proverbs is a great book, folks. If you haven't read it, take some time and go through it. But Proverbs 15:22, plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. So, get people that, you trust. And I always challenge people kind of taking that a step further. You add in kind of the secular, like John Maxwell, things like that. Don't take advice from people who aren't where you want to be, right?
Mhm.
If they're having success in their marriage or if they're having success in whatever, and that's the case too. You could prime example, I just shared I went through a divorce. I mean, I can tell you what went wrong, right? And it wasn't, I'm not pointing the finger at anybody because I own just as much of it as she did. But it's one of those things that you want to get counsel from people to help guide you. And it's not that they're trying to tell you what to do, it's they're trying to help you avoid the potholes in life
Mhm.
that they hit. And some of us get prideful and things like that when it comes to finances or trying to figure it out. "Oh, I'm just going to go on Google or I'll talk to Bob at the water cooler," or whatever the case, or even in health. I'm just going to start doing push-ups or whatever. Well, I've learned so much through the other business that you and I started with the health and wellness stuff, that the body is like this magical thing that there's certain keys like peptides and things like that you can unlock. But if you don't know about them, you're thinking, I'm just going to starve myself to death, nothing's happening. So
Yeah.
go on this binge and purge and all this stuff. And that's why it's so important to have people around you that know a little bit more than you do so they can help
Mhm.
guide you through that stuff. Don't try to navigate it alone. Consult those financial advisors, consult those health coaches, those fitness coaches,
Mhm.
right? Consult those spiritual mentors. Get plugged into a life group at your church or whatever the case may be. And, go into it with an open mind and open heart. And, don't try to be the quiet wallflower that,
Yeah.
pretends they know everything. I'm learning every day. Every day I seek
Mhm.
knowledge. So,
I love it. Good stuff. I got nothing to add to that. That was good.
okay, mic drop then. I'm just going to say, yeah, booyah. Now, I mean, again, that wise counsel, it helps you avoid those costly mistakes. And we're all brothers and sisters in Christ, folks. Don't try to do it alone. There's no need.
Mhm.
There's no
Yeah.
need. Grab some help. Find those trusted advisors and stuff. So, folks, again, 5 areas as you're going through and learning this stuff and trying to build wealth at whatever that is to you, and really trying to get your financial house in order, get your physical body health wise in order. Again, seek that counsel